Hey everybody, and welcome to Authors and Dragons, where a group of comedic fantasy writers get together and try to make it through a whole game of Pathfinder without accidentally dying. Let's see if we pull it off this week. As always, the odds do not look great.
Hi there, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandingo the Fantastical, the seductively handsome bard. And what passes for real life around here, I am the founder and publisher of Falstaff Books, and I write the Quincy Harker Demon Hunter series, as well as the Black Knight Chronicles and the Bubba the Monster Hunter stories.
Hi, I'm Joseph Brassi, along the way, and now back playing the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was one of the authors in the Mongoliad project, and my debut novel, Skyfarer, is coming out in September from Angry Robot Books.
Hi, I'm Rick Gualtieri, and I play Silas Kane, mighty former paladin of Toreg, and also the mysterious Arrow of the Gods. And in real life, I write the Toma Bill horror comedy series, and I have two new stories, which by the time this podcast airs, will both be out being beta read, Lycan Moon and Midnight's Daughter, coming soon.
Hello, my name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Klaus Richter, notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy, lit RPG novels, and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures.
Hey there, I'm Steve Wetherall, and I play Brandon Feinester, the narcissistic monk and wide-eyed junior adventurer. In real life, I write the comedy fantasy series, The Doomsday Journeys.
And I am Drew Hayes, GM of this podcast and authors of books such as Superpowers, Fred the Vampire Accountant, NPCs, and the new series Forging Hephaestus, Part 1 of the Villain's Code. And this week, I am brought to you by Con Carolinas. Con Carolinas. It's a con starting on June 2nd in Charlotte, North Carolina, where everybody who just introduced themselves will be. And I like to think a couple of our other sponsors will show up too. I can guarantee that I'll be bringing too many mimosas and showing up drunk personally. Unexpected boners will arrive when they arrive to whom they arrive. I'm not making promises there. If I knew they were coming, they wouldn't be unexpected.
All I know is I'm not drinking any more of that fucking orange soda.
You picked the orange soda. No one.
I know, it was a mistake.
I had the convention hotel stock that especially for you, Rick. I mean, damn, son.
Oh.
I guess Rick's on straight moonshine all weekend.
So before you all, so now that you all have been journeying across many magical islands with their own properties and realities and strange voices guiding you about, you continue doing that with the boat kind of sailing on for a day past the last island, hits a bank of fog that lasts for a couple of hours. You ask Footstool, he says, no, fog sharks don't live out here, not their natural terrain. And then when it breaks, and you see a large island covered in forest with like a mountainy area and one little dry spot kind of far off in the distance. Lush jungle. It's a big fucking island with multiple different environments. I feel like you've sort of got the gist now.
You forgot one important detail. That 4,000 gold, that that Nick gave to all of us.
Yeah. Are you going to try to spend it on something? You brought that up like it was relevant.
Yeah, we all expected it to mysteriously turn into like chocolate candy or something.
Does that include those of us who are unconscious?
Yes.
Excellent. Bjorg wakes up on a pile of money he didn't go to sleep on. I'm sweating gold coins!
Yeah, but unfortunately you're still farting the same you always have.
I'm pretty sure
Right.
Silas is taken to bribing some of the sailors to converting to Toreg.
With this much gold, no one will care if I fart.
Toreg is getting some lip service only while you were around and halting immediately when you leave.
It's kind of what Torek gets out of Fandango.
I don't think he even gets lip service out of Fandango.
Depends on how much of Silas's gold I'm currently carrying.
That is fair. That is a fair truth. So, as the island comes into view, you sort of hear a, oh. and you see Footstool's big goblin-y ears kind of twitch a few times. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, this is it. This is definitely it.
What's it?
What's it?
Jinx.
Sort of looks at you all and cocks his head. This is where Kutherick is. Did you forget why we came here?
Kind of.
Yes.
Completely.
My squat friend!
That lines up with you guys. I believe that.
I thought we were gay. No, gay.
What?
Whatever.
I'm confused.
We know.
The chaos on him is still there, so he is still alive, but the ears kind of twitch a few more times. It's weird, and the signal is weak. Wherever he is, he's either very close to death or somewhere very magically shielded. Or both. Could be both.
Well, if he's close to
Can
death,
we
then
get
that's a good
difference?
thing, because he's closer to Torag.
Bjorg is looking down at Footstool and kind of goes, "You can sense dwarves with your ears?"
No, that's crazy. I can sense the magical chaoses that we use for workers on this ship with my ears. Dumbass.
That's not strange.
Fendingo kneels down beside Footstool and starts trying to point his ears in different directions. Can we get different stations on this thing?
Yeah, if you keep trying, you'll get the me telling all the crew to beat your ass and throw you off the ship station. It's a personal favorite of mine.
Okay, I guess I'll let go of his ears.
He's gonna look at Bjorg. They stuck me on a boat with you people. Do you think I'm normal?
Do you really want me to answer that question?
No, it was rhetorical. I'm clearly not normal. That's why they put me on a boat with you. Oh, fuck you. And he just walked away.
I don't understand why people are always asking questions they don't want the answers to. Let us go ashore!
We have a dwarf to rescue, I guess.
Yeah. Well, while you're kind of getting ready to go, they're not going to dock. They're just going to give you a rowboat. Footstool's kind of digging through an old book with lots of charts and maps that none of you have enough sailing experience to understand. And he's kind of going and going. Okay. This is a big one. This one is usually here. Some of those other ones we passed, they come, they go, they exist, they don't exist. Yeah, reality's a state of flux around here. But this one's pretty standard. It's known as one of the Islands of the Miraculous.
And why is that?
Footstool's gonna just kind of narrow his eyes. Based on the context of the name, why would you think it would be named that?
Because Torag is here?
Okay, that's strike one. He's gonna look to Fandingo.
On prior experience, because really bad shit is going to happen to us on that island.
All right, partial credit.
I'm going to assume it's because I'm going to be there soon.
He just kind of looks. Where did you get sunglasses?
I was awake for that. I think I was awake for that. What did I miss?
You're not asking about that. Oh, we destroyed a couple more islands.
Like I can't take you anywhere.
I think this time we were taking you places because you were unconscious and heavy, by the way.
Footstool says, well, yes, there's miraculous things on there. The Whispering Woods, the Lake of Redemption, the clowns that make jelly beans.
Whoa.
If you eat one, you'll forever be full and happy. Well, not happy, just full, but I mean, who's not happy when they're full?
Clowns?
Clowns?
Clouds. He points up.
Clouds.
Big, white, fluffy
Oh.
clouds.
Good,
If you
because
see a clown on that island, run like fuck. Those are not friendly clowns.
I think we should go find these woods, because talking trees, that's not normal.
What is this Lake of Redemption?
Yeah,
What
I
does
think
it mean?
at least one of us might need the Lake of Redemption.
Yes, Klaus could probably use it.
Do we
Him
really-
too.
That's a fair point.
I mean, I hate
Ron
to say it,
Weasley,
but-
Jeremy, we will be among miraculous wood, our people.
That weasel's not right.
Stop ruining the island for
Says
me.
the blue man with a tick on his face.
Well, there's a major city on the other side of the island. We're kind of coming
What's
in
on
from
my
the back
face?
way. But if you get to the other end, there's lots of trade and probably some interesting stuff you can buy there. But we're kind of coming the back way. You'll have to just dock the rowboat, and I think there's a small fishing village you can stop at. They might be able to give you directions.
Well, I suppose if we get to the city and we don't find Kafarik, we could buy a new dwarf.
And then immediately toss him.
Well, that means something else where I come from, so no.
Yeah. No, not tossing a dwarf in any fashion. All right, so we'll go to the island, I guess.
Yeah, let's give those woods something to whisper about.
Oh, God.
I'm not whispering to you for wood.
Here's the real question to figure out. Can you guys safely navigate a rowboat across a small amount of water? Everybody
Man,
roll
that's
me.
before.
Everyone roll me
Absolutely.
survival checks.
Oh, survival checks.
Yeah, that's an untrained skill for some of us.
Entire
That'd be
party
great
around.
if we just set up this wondrous adventure and we all just sank in a rowboat and died.
Wow.
All right. Silas rolls an 18.
No, Silas rolls a natural 20.
Yeah, sorry.
Even if you get negatives, you still got a natural 20.
Nice.
Fenhingo rolls up 7.
Bjorg rolls an 8.
Klaus rolls a 1.
A natural 1.
I got natural 1, yeah. Awesome.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 17.
Okay, so
Give me the oars. My parents were heretical fishermen.
most of you are competent enough to sit in a rowboat. Most of you. Some of you are better. Like, Silas is really taking charge of this. Like, maybe he thinks the trees need to be converted to Torag or what, but he is just fucking powering through. Bjorg and Fendingo are sitting there quietly. Brandon Thighmaster is pitching in, and Klaus tries to see if he can grab some gold while Silas is distracted and tumbles over the side of the rowboat, falling into the water. Now, because of the speed that Silas is rowing, he's just going to smack the shit out of Silas and knock him back into the boat. Or he's going to smack the shit out of Klaus and knock him back into the boat. But
Darn.
before he does that, yeah, your natural 20 ended up helping Klaus. Bevan, give me a perception check.
Can I re-roll that?
You may not.
Come on,
Perception.
one opportunity to use that air bladder.
Klaus rolls a 5.
All right, you just are looking in the ocean below, and you think you see something somewhere move, and you don't know much, but you're like, well, that's pretty far away. Kind of big, though. All right. But it's not near enough to feel like a threat, so you don't pay it much attention.
Something in the ocean moved. No big deal.
That ominous thing probably isn't worth worrying about.
Yeah, you heard him. No big deal.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm saying that to myself,
Oh,
thinking I don't need to alert anyone.
Bother us
Because
not
it's not a
with
big-
the fish of heresy.
All right. So with that survival check, you can all safely make it to shore. Congratulations.
That's a good
And
start.
you know what? If I was planning on shooting my grappling hook at the boat and water skiing the rest of the way.
I'm not sure that's how physics works,
Yeah,
even
roll-
in Dungeons
roll
and
me an
Dragons.
intelligence check.
Oh, this is good. This should be good.
Well, it's already done. Man,
You can do that on the way back.
I mean, you can do it. I'm
Silas
just
had to
letting
go and
you.
ruin my fun.
Okay, so you climb to the back. You hook your grappling hook in. You just let the kind of winch out, and you jump in, and you have to make a swim check because now you're just floating. The thing's not going nearly fast enough to pull you.
So I'm not doing that. That was going to be my awesome save myself from drowning move, but since I'm back in the boat,
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, now I'm with you. Well,
that would have been badass.
You still would have just been getting pulled by a rowboat.
Yeah, just towing
That's
a
what
drowned
water
corpse
skiing
along.
is.
No, he wouldn't have, because that would have been like, up, just swing the oar and knock it out.
Whoops!
You know, I think this would be going better if the arrow of the gods were rowing us.
All right,
Instead
everyone,
of
give me perception checks.
All right, I've been rocking it tonight.
All right, stupid thing's still not working. So
Klaus got a 16 this time.
Silas gets a 7.
Brandon
Bendigo
Firemaster gets
gets
a
a
20.
Bjorg gets a 23.
Bendigo gets a 4.
All right, so some better than others, but nobody natural one, and collectively you all did well enough to spot a very clear path leading off of the beach. Kind of near the beach, it hugs the edge, but you can see it sort of wrapping a little bit toward parts of the forest as it winds forward and is clearly the path toward the fishing village. There is also forest before you, just a shitload of trees.
And somewhere within those trees, our long-lost dwarf and my squat friend.
Those are the same person.
Yes.
Okay.
Though he did pretend to not know me.
I just wanted to make sure that you didn't lose another dwarf while I was gone.
I need closure.
I like to think at some point we've all pretended not to know you.
Bjorg just stares at Silas.
Bendigo's going to start going up the path before Bjorg pounds Silas into the ground like a tent stake.
I'm going to leave you here. He follows Fandango.
Let us find the dwarf, one of the chosen people.
All right,
Which
I'll tag
coincidentally
along.
you aren't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let Ron.
Fandango.
I'm gonna let Ron Weasley Jeremy walk beside me for a little while. He's get him some exercise.
You're afraid your weasel's getting fat? Afraid your weasel's getting a little chubby?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
All right.
Klaus works off the chubby weasel.
Yeah. You are all walking around, going through the little trail. It's very easy to follow. It's quite worn. And within maybe an hour, you wind your way through and you pop out at a small village. There's a couple of huts, a lot of cooking areas, some places where fish are drying. It's a fishing village. Pretty straightforward.
All right.
Are there people?
None that you can see immediately. It's the middle of the day, and this is a village of people who work for a living, not roll around like asshole adventurers.
That's fair.
All right.
Suckers.
Losers.
Go approach the huts, and if any are open, go in and leave them Tuareg tracks.
Okay, you walk up to a...
What better to return home from a long day at work than Tuareg?
I can think of maybe innumerable things that would be better than that.
All right,
You
Silas
can think of
rolls
innumerable
up.
things because you can't count.
Silas rolls up to the nearest fishing hut, and just kind of shoves the door open, and is greeted by several. You're pretty sure they're women, although they have very fish-like qualities that make it sort of hard to determine. They all start screeching at you and yelling in a language you don't understand, hurling pots and pans, and a couple of them grab tridents off the wall and slam the door in your face, locking it. And now there's a lot of commotion coming from it, and you can all see other like little faces peeking out from the hut, and now they're yelling too and
Was it-
slamming the doors.
I think that went
village
well.
This wouldn't have to be happen to be named Innsmouth, would it?
When you say fish-like qualities, are they flopping around on the ground like mermaids?
Roll me a perception check to see how much you got. Wasn't open for very long.
Fendingo rolls an
All right.
11.
Bjorg rolls a 9.
Klaus rolls a 15.
Silas is busy contemplating that if it's a fishing village, doesn't that make them all cannibals?
Fair question.
Finemaster
It
rolls
is.
an 8.
All right. So it looks like only Klaus and Fandingo really got a lot of fine details. You could see that they definitely had sort of a shimmer to their skin. Some places with scales. They visibly had what appear to be gills on their necks. Their eyes were larger than normal, almost as if they were meant to be able to see underwater. Their hands had fingernails that were a little too sharp, but they were still largely humanoid. They're also still screaming really loudly, like this is not done.
And technically, I guess they did attack us.
Fandingo's going to start playing a soothing melody on his lute.
I hate to say this, buddy, in Texas, if someone breaks into your house and you throw a trident at them, you're not the asshole.
I didn't throw a trident. I threw Toreg tracks at him.
No, you broke into their house and they repelled you.
Silas is always the asshole.
Are there any tridents? Are there any tridents lying down on the ground outside?
No.
Oh, all right.
People don't leave their weaponry just
I thought
chilling.
I thought they threw it at.
No, they
Or what
grabbed.
about
They
pots
threw.
and pans?
They threw pots and pans. They grabbed tridents off the wall and were kind of stabbing them toward Silas when they slammed the door.
Can I have a pot?
You may pick up an old pot.
Awesome.
You're not so much a thief as a scavenger, really. All you've done so far is just pick up shit that no one cares about. And no one's looking.
You're like a hoarder.
You won't be laughing when you're depending on me to do the cooking.
Yeah, I won't be laughing when I'm depending on you, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, crying. Definitely crying when that happens.
Okay, so we've angered a village of fish people immediately, as is our wont.
Well, we haven't destroyed the entire civilization yet, so
Yeah.
we're calling this one a win so far.
From kind of the back of the village, you do see one fish person kind of stagger out, holding a trident, making their way toward you.
Is this the boss fish?
I will join in Fandingo's soothing song with a soothing dance.
Come, my friends, we have found Nemo.
Bjorg is looking at the bard who's singing, attempting to soothe the fish people, and Brandon who's attempting to dance to soothe the fish people. So Bjorg is going to think and consider for a moment, and he will begin flexing to attempt to soothe the fish people.
This is great. This is teamwork.
The fish person is close enough. You can see it's a man. He's still kind of holding that trident out, but he watches this song and dance and flexing, and kind of shakes his head. You are the strangest invaders we ever had.
Do their men have weasels or like cloacas or whatever fish have?
No, he does not have a weasel companion with him.
Nor weasel genitals.
I mean, maybe he's wearing a cloth, so.
All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna mention these things.
We're not here to invade. My friend is just stupid.
We're here to bring enlightenment.
We're
We're
looking for a dwarf.
Yes, that too.
All different things. All different. You not even get story right.
No, all of these things are true except whatever, and I point to Silas, except whatever he says. That only goes for him, and he's real dumb. But we're here not to invade, and we're looking for a dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, the goblin told us so.
Still true. I know how stupid this sounds, but look at us. Do we look smart enough to make this up? Can I try a diplomacy check?
You may.
Alrighty. I got a lot of ranks in diplomacy. Fandingo rolls a 33
Damn.
for diplomacy.
He kind of looks you all over. You make good point. You are all very stupid.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen a dwarf lately?
No dwarfs come through here. They might go through the main village. He kind of just like gestures ambiguously to the east. Big city there. This is just... We live, we fish, we endure.
Given that we're stupid, could you give us some more specific directions to the main village?
He's gonna kind of rub his chin. Damn, a 33 diplomacy. That's really good.
I poured a lot of ranks into diplomacy, and I have a big-ass charisma.
Yeah, and you rolled a 19. All right.
Does he get any sort of negative effect for being next to Silas?
No.
He's gonna
But that's offset by your abs, Brandon.
Oh, that's
There we
true.
go, yeah.
And my flexing.
Not helping. Blue man still wearing a penis drawn on his nose.
I have something on my face?
You drew it. Remember, it's a fertility symbol.
Wait, I did?
Yeah.
I don't remember things.
It's okay. I've made more than one good diplomacy check in this game.
Well, you made a really good one this time, so he's going to be a little more helpful than he might have been otherwise. So, gonna kind of, how long has this dwarf been lost?
Many, many weeks.
Since he
His
wandered
entire
off
life.
to another island. But I do agree, he has been lost for his entire life. He hates himself.
Otherwise he'd be Kufarik the Found.
He enjoys being swallowed by creatures.
It could be your friend not come to this island, but ended up
That's helpful.
here.
That's almost certainly what happened. He has a tendency to end up places, inside of things.
You want,
Um,
perhaps, the Cave of Lost Things.
My god, it's Gutharik's homeland!
The blue one speaks truth.
Magic
Do you have-
Cave on Island, according to legend, many things that lost turn up there. Sometimes even if they shouldn't have been able to get there. But that magic, so I guess it get pass.
Do we have to fight our fathers?
I don't know. I've never been in Cave of Lost. Maybe.
I
Was
should
that a
hope not.
legitimate question, or are you just like quoting some weird country song lyrics or something?
And if we fight Klaus's parents, do we kind of erase him from history?
Again, never been, so anything goes?
My father arranged flowers. My mother was the warrior, so I hope I don't have to fight my father. He'd go squish.
Can you tell us how to get to the Cave of Lost Things?
Not exactly. Cave is... He kind of waves his hand. Magic. It moves, it shifts. Always on island, but not always easy to find. Whispering Woods always know the entrance, though.
I bet they won't shout it, will they?
Name actually kind of misnomer. They're not as quiet as you expect. Not shouting, but they say Whispering Wood because they only tell secrets.
Oh.
That could be uncomfortable.
God. The Gossiping Woods.
That part of the problem is not everybody wants to go to the forest that talks about secrets. Now, the secrets are not always relevant to the people there. You might just find out something about someone who lives half a world away. But other problem is woods sometimes lie.
So now I know how KFC is made.
I have heard that, wood knows no conscience. So
We have experience with trees that are also dicks, in the literal and the metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of motion to Fandango to come in a little closer.
okay, I'll get closer to the fish guy.
But I like you. These men all stupid, and you lead them like good man. You take care of your village. I'll tell you a secret.
Okay, what's the secret?
Legends say you can get a truthful secret from the Whispering Woods by giving it one.
By giving it what?
Giving it one. Giving it another truthful secret.
Uh,
It will speak truth if you trade a secret to it.
All right. So, if we need to know where the cave is, we might need to tell the trees a truthful secret.
Now, secret you get might not be secret you want.
Will it be the secret we deserve?
He kind of looks. I don't think there's a secret that can kill you all, so probably not what you deserve. But
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I
You
think
should go now.
the
Trees are to the
striking
west.
character-
Run fast. Be quick. Jungle not safe. And also, they're going to kill you pretty soon. They're all arming themselves. You all can hear the
Okay.
clamor from the fishing village, and you realize you definitely hear the sounds of metal, like armor being put on.
Walk up to the guy and be
Thank nice fish man Silas, don't speak.
"Oh, I was
Really
just trying to smooth this over. Hand him like a whole
Really?
handful of Torag tracks. Give these to your people once we leave. They will thank."
Oh no!
He looks at the things. Oh, fire starters. Good gift. Good gift. This helps.
Yes. Fandango starts running west. Is there a trail?
Not really, but he pointed, and you're smart enough to know west. Actually, roll me a survival check. You might not be smart enough to know west.
I might not be
You guys
smart
failed
enough.
to shit in a bowl. I can never assume competence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's valid.
Is that for all of us or just him?
I would
Fandango
suggest you all roll
rolls.
it if you would all like to not get lost.
Bjorg
Fandango-
rolled a natural 20.
Fandango rolls an 18.
Brandon Finemaster rolls a
definitely
4.
failed to shit in a bowl.
Silas rolls an 8.
We're following the big guy.
Klaus. Oh wait, all right, never mind. Wait a second. Klaus rolls an 8.
Following the big guy.
So the sun rises in the east, or is it the west?
Well, luckily, none of you catastrophically failed enough to drag Bjorg off course. So, you all head west, and you are booking it, kind of running through, and eventually you sort of start hearing voices just distantly. You can make out like a fleeting bit, like here and there. You're just, wets the bed. His cousin.
Don't believe that
Twice
last
in
one.
the same night.
That one's
It's like a forest of drunk housewives.
Yeah. And as you all make your way through, you eventually kind of step into not a clearing, but an area where the woods look very different. Instead of just being normal looking, well, trees, you all see that they have
The Real Housewives of Whispering Forest.
all the trees are very pale, and there's a few leaves coming off of them, yet they don't look like they're dead or dying. They look vibrant, just very strange. And as you walk in, now you can really hear the voices kind of just coming at you all over the place. Like, it's just there's so much, it's really hard to pick one out. You kind of have to go to a tree and like press your ear if you want anything specific. You're just getting things like Faldacor once pissed in his bed on his wedding night.
I walk up to the nearest tree and give it the greatest secret of all. Toreg is the answer to everything.
You hear a whisper back. Before he was a god, Toreg got drunk one night and put a finger up a donkey's butthole.
Start lighting one of the torches on fire, or one of my arrows on fire.
Do we all hear that?
There are. So
You may roll a
voices,
perception check to try and hear that secret. Remember, unless you're right up next to one, you got to work for it. So Silas approached the
Klaus rolled a
tree.
14.
Trees are heretics.
Fendingo rolls a 16.
All right, everybody who y'all aren't too far. Everybody who beat 10 can know the secret.
All right, hold on. I got.
Can hear that exchange, I guess is a better way to say it.
Remember, guys, sometimes the trees lie.
Bjorg rolled a 20.
Yeah, Brandon Firemaster rolled a 17. According to the Fishman, and from our own experiences with douchebag trees, sometimes trees lie.
Fandingo, help me burn down this
I got a
forest,
feeling-
because everybody knows that story of Toreg and the donkey is from the Dead Sea Toreg scrolls, and nobody believes those.
Then it doesn't matter what the bad tree says, Silas, except we can't find the dwarf without the trees telling us where the cave is. And if you set fire to the trees, they can't tell us anything.
Well, they might be able to scream.
You got to interrogate a tree. No one expects
Klaus
the
would like
Torag
to walk up.
Inquisition.
Klaus would like
Fendingo
to talk to a
rolls.
tree.
Fendingo rolls a 27 for diplomacy on Silas.
Okay.
Please, Silas, put the torch down. You've
Worships.
already almost gotten us killed once today. Isn't that enough before lunch?
Bjorg is going to come near a tree and just listen.
One time, when Alexander was at the height of his revelry, he took a dump in the stew and told no one. And worse, no one noticed.
I like these trees.
Does Bjork remind anybody else of Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy? That just struck me. I mean, except blue instead of green.
Klaus would like to confide to a tree. I don't like Silas.
That's a secret.
That's no secret.
The tree whispers back. Vince is pushing Roman Reigns too hard and the crowd doesn't like it.
Also no secret.
Exactly. Welcome to
Common knowledge,
trans-dimensional
keep
trees,
common knowledge.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Brandon Firemaster is going to try and get surreptitiously as far away from everyone else as possible and go up to a tree and say, I don't think anyone will ever notice this, but my calves could use a little work.
The tree whispers back. The entrance you seek is in this field.
This is a forest.
I opened up to you, tree. I expected more than that.
Bjorg is going to whisper to a tree, "My squat friend went missing because he claims not to care about anything, but I know deep down all he really wanted was love."
It's secrets, not lies.
Yeah. You get the whisper back. Madrigal cheated on her husband of 13 years.
Really? That bitch.
To be fair, he'd been dead for 3.
What?
Fendingo's
I
gonna
don't
walk
understand.
over to a tree and whisper to it, I've never actually taken guitar lessons.
The tree whispers back, "A humble brag isn't a secret."
Totally expected the tree to say, I know, I've heard you play.
Brandon Firemaster will relay what the tree told him. He'll say, brothers, I told this tree a completely unrelated secret that had nothing to do with me or my calves. And it said that the entrance was somewhere in this field.
What do you
What
got
is the
going on
field?
with baby
Entrance
cows?
to what?
Well, I don't know. It's a tree. It's not great at communicating things.
Well, let's look around.
We're in a forest, not a field.
Sometimes Brandon uses makeup to add contouring to his abs.
I don't know what Brandon this tree is talking about.
Oh, no, we know. It's totally you, bro. It's okay. We all knew that.
I'm glad that we all know that we don't know what this tree is talking about. Thank you.
Fendingo once bought a prostitute just to have her hold him all night.
No, that's definitely our Fandingo.
Oh, yeah, no, that's 100% me. Yeah.
I'm so very confused.
Still not a secret.
Oh, these trees are more fun than I was hoping for.
Oh, God.
Do me.
Klaus's
Fendingo's
weasel
gonna-
has wondered if it will be able to eat him when he dies.
None of
So
us
have
are-
we all.
None of us are going to stop him.
That's the most disturbing thing you've ever said.
It's
Fendingo's
not.
going to whisper to a tree. Klaus really kind of liked being in Silas.
That's no secret either. That was a blast.
Sometimes bears shit in the woods.
That's not a secret.
Yeah, neither was.
Bears are shit in the woods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, just
I think that
Now
tree
that-
was just being a dick.
now that Brandon has informed you all that you are in the area with the entrance you seek, would anyone like to roll a search check for it?
We're going to start like just digging
Alright.
random holes.
What are we
Wait,
rolling?
hang on.
at?
There's no search here. You will
Percep-
do. I guess we'll just have to
Knowledge.
stick with the perception.
Knowledge engineering?
I will let
Is
you
it
use
perception?
knowledge dungeoneering.
Okay.
Knowledge dungeoneering or perception.
I have way more ranks in perception.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you're,
think
you're
perception.
looking for different things. Like a high
Hmm.
perception won't get you the same information that a high knowledge dungeoneering will get you.
Well, fortunately, Silas doesn't get a high perception. He only rolls a 5.
Well, Fendingo will try the knowledge dungeoneering.
Bjorg will do
I've actually got ranks in.
Fendingo rolls a natural 1 on his knowledge
Ooh.
dungeoneering check.
Okay.
Bjorg rolls a 14 on perception.
Klaus rolls a 13 on dungeoneering knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brandon will take it unchecked on knowledge dungeoneering. 15.
Oh shit.
The
We've
good
been in a
news is you
dungeon
guys
now.
know things. The bad news is Fendingo is 100% certain that this rock formation here was created by someone trying to cover up the entrance to a cave.
So actually, Fendingo, what you know is with a natural 1, it all snaps into place for you. Right. A lot of secret, hidden magical entrances have certain triggers that have to be activated in order to utilize them. For this one, clearly you have to burn all the trees down, and
Yes!
then the entrance will appear.
Of course. That makes perfect sense. All right, Silas, give me another torch. We have to
No,
burn
wait.
this mother
Yes.
down.
Light
Wow.
up these barrels.
Was it?
No!
Brandon and Klaus, you know, 1, that's crazy. These are clearly their own magical shit. And 2, you know that since it's a cave that you're hunting for, the entrance will probably be somewhere ground-based.
This
Yeah,
isn't
that-
the Legend of Zelda, you stupid bastards.
But
What
Fandango
he said.
sincerely believes that burning is the way to go, so you guys figure that out.
Silas is all for that.
Yeah,
Look,
come on,
2 to
Silas.
2
Fandango.
now.
Let's set some shit on fire.
Right. The one that banned out
Sometimes-
Toreg, I'm going to send a burning arrow into it.
Bjorg is going to go and take Silas's bow away.
Silas knows who the Arrow of the Gods is.
No, I don't.
Ooh.
You have been concealing this from us.
Oh, I refuse to believe that. Why would Silas know that?
I have
This
my
is great.
suspicions, but I don't know for sure.
While
guys.
they're all focused on Silas, Fandingo's going to light a torch and start setting shit on fire.
Sometimes trees lie about things, about the Arrow of the Gods, and about cosmetics and who uses them. But I don't think we could. I don't think we should burn them down because we're surrounded by trees.
Torek hates liars, Brandon.
I'm going to let anybody who wants to roll a reflex save to try and stop Fandingo to try. I'm assuming just bolting with a thing, but
Yeah.
y'all are kind of in the middle. There's a little bit of distance. We'll say it's a DC 10 to
Silas will try to do a negative reflex save to stop them.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 17. We've been in this situation before where we've burned down things and it hasn't worked out for us.
But they told the story of the blush on your abs.
Yeah, they tell a lot of stories. That's what I'm trying to say. They tell a lot of stories that aren't true about people and their relationship with cosmetics, which
Finger
are
across
unfounded.
his abs.
This is the only way we're going to find the entrance to the cave, Brandon.
with a 17, Brandon just kind of, you're a bard and he's Brandon Thighmaster. He just kind of,
I'm not even like,
yeah, he bops the bottom of the torch. It twirls through the air. He catches it and just like sets it out on the ground real quick. And from the tree behind you here, a cockroach crawled into one of your mouths last night while you were sleeping and never came out.
Bjorg is going to stick his finger into the back of his throat.
Psychological warfare opponents.
Remind me, what was the result of my 13 in knowledge dungeoneering?
You got the you figured out that Fandingo was completely fucking crazy, and since this is a cave you're looking for, the entrance will almost certainly be ground-based.
Alright, well, I would like to search more for the cave
Okay.
on the ground.
You may percept for the cave with a +2 from your successful knowledge dungeoneering.
Okay.
Silas thinks Klaus has a good point about it being in the ground, so he will start digging at the roots of the tree that insulted Toreg.
Alright, as you're digging.
Alright,
You will
Klaus
never
rolls
know
a 5.
Okay, you do not find it with that. Move
Brandon,
your character
can I have-
around as we're doing this so that you can delineate which areas you're searching.
Okay.
Brandon, can I have my torch back,
No.
please?
You can have it back when you learn to be more responsible.
So
I have
as
it
you're
back when we
digging,
go into
you
the
hear the
cave?
tree say, Toreg never loved you.
That's no secret.
Yeah,
Not
did
a secret.
Did you hear that,
Of course he
Klaus?
doesn't. I'm garbage in Toreg's eyes. That's why he's wonderful.
Toreg
Does this make us
doesn't even
wonderful?
think
I don't
about
see
you.
her. Oh, wait, there we are.
Also awesome to know.
Alright, Klaus
Hey, Silas,
is
can
gonna
I borrow
move
a
away
torch?
from everybody else. Sure. Yeah, Klaus is gonna move way over here and continue searching. And I'm packing up Ron Weasley Jeremy again, just in case.
Alright.
Fandingo's got another torch, so he's going to start trying to burn down the forest again.
Alright, well, Brandon and Bjorg, give me reflexes to stop that. Bevan, give me a perception check to see if you can find the entrance. And as you are kind of walking past, you just hear a tree whisper, Jason once tried to suck his own dick for a day straight. He did it.
Do I still get my +2?
Yes, you still know fundamentally what you're looking for.
All right, Klaus rolled a 20 then.
Your girl's a 4.
20
Reflex.
is good.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Brandon Finance rolls a 17 on a reflex again.
You do the exact same move. Grab. Shoop.
Well, poop.
Bevan, you are examining the slope of the ground and everything, and you realize, well, okay, this isn't it, but I'm in the right quadrant.
Okay. I will keep that knowledge to myself for now.
So, like, basically this fourth of the map that you're in, that's the right area.
Okay.
I'm going to try a diplomacy on Fandango. I'm going to say these trees clearly can't be trusted. We need a nice, reliable cave that won't lie about things.
After we burn the trees to the ground, 100% I agree.
From
They
behind
can't be
you
trusted,
here,
so they have to be burned to the ground.
a man once heard Fandango play, and it made him turn his life around.
See? Liars. They can't be trusted.
But, wait, but...
He was a successful businessman, and now he is a drunk.
That still sounds pretty good.
Hold on, Fantingo. I've got this. I draw one of the magical arrows of Toreg and point it at Brandon. Back off, man.
That arrow is like your faith, non-existent.
Now that's just mean.
Ow, ooh, ow.
Sometimes
Right.
that's why.
I rolled a. Hang on, let me see what my plus is for diplomacy. If I have one.
And is it an opposed diplomacy check? And what do I roll to oppose it?
Bjorg is going to walk up to one of the trees and whisper very quietly, "My father's flower arrangements were never very good."
The tree whispers back, "On this island is an item that can make lies into truth."
There's an item on this island that can make lies into truth. I'm not sure
Awesome.
what that.
So it can make Klaus useful?
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I had 0
Alright,
diplomacy,
okay.
so I rolled a 14. I'm trying to convince these guys we should be looking for a cave and ignoring the trees.
Klaus would like to continue searching.
Roll.
That's
All right,
his
move
turn.
your guy and roll me another search.
All right. I'm gonna go down here, still far away from the tree burners. And am I still at a +2, or do I get any more for knowing I'm in the right quadrant?
Nope, the right quadrant only tells you where to search. The +2 is from knowing a basic
Okay.
idea of how the cave might be concealed. So you're going to be steady at the +2.
All right. Well, Klaus gets a 6.
Klaus is now very uncertain of where he should go next. And behind him, the tree whispers that Karen secretly stole Janine's fruit cup from the HR fridge.
Whoa.
I don't know what any of those things mean. So,
What's an HR?
has Fandango been persuaded, or...
That's really up to... Oh, right, because of the natural one. Yes, they have done enough diplomacy to convince you to at least explore other methods before trying to burn it all down. I mean, it's not like you're on a schedule. You can indulge them for a while.
Yeah, we can... Alright, so we'll look around for a little while, and then we'll burn shit down.
Very well. This tree, this forest has probably stood for 1,000 years. We can always burn it tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright. Well, if Klaus is over there, there's no reason... It's almost certainly not going to be there. Fandango wants to wander over here.
Okay, roll me a search check. And as you walk by that tree, you hear, "The Prince of Flirtheim is a bastard that was switched at birth There is no more royal line.
Good to know. Fandango rolls. Fandango rolls a 10.
Fandango is just looking at grass.
Silas realizes that his friends don't have no idea what they're doing, so he pulls out one of the magical arrows of Toreg, which he can't feel in his hand, but he believes is there. And he'll kind of do an Inigo Montoya, where like he'll close his eyes and point it, be like, "Guide my hand, mighty Toreg," and then just start wandering blindly.
Okay, well, let's treat it like hands on the clock. So roll a d12, and you are going to go in that direction.
9.
All right, so pretty much straight toward Klaus.
Shit.
Yeah, because 10, 11, 12. Yep, you are walking. You're going to just walk and then smack into a tree.
I think I found it.
And as you bounce off, the tree says, Juliet isn't sure she actually loves her child.
Oh, Jesus. That's a bit depressing.
Bjorg is going to walk past these two trees to this open patch of ground over here and start looking.
Roll me a perception. You too, Silas. Yeah, not all of them are pooping in soup, man.
It's a valuable life lesson.
Bjorg rolls a 15 on perception.
With a 15, Bjorg is, he's like, oh, this looks nice, but I'm not quite, like, there's nothing around me. Alright, with a 15, you're pretty sure there's nothing in your general vicinity. And the tree nearby whispers, Lance is cheating at his bicycle races.
That one bald bastard.
Bjorg is going to go up.
Grow on the side.
Head this way.
Well, it's Silas's go, so Silas. Oh wait, yeah, Silas, give me a perception.
Perception. 22.
Oh, all right. That really depressing baby one had got you kind of like, ooh, that's fucking weird, man. But with the 22, you're like, oh, this is all right. This is not the right area, but this is the right quadrant. So you know for certain that the general area around you, like basically just say within like a 3 square range, is
I didn't
clear.
know about
Maybe a 2 square range. Yeah, I'll say a 2 square. You get a 2 square range in all directions, and you know is clear. But you know you're in the right quadrant. So Klaus, you are up, sir.
that. Alright. Klaus would like to take 3 steps over and percept. Klaus percepts. Oh wait, I already rolled that. I got an 18.
18, you're like, well, this still looks like the right quadrant. I'm just not sure about this general area. And behind you, the tree says, one of you will turn against the others.
That happens every goddamn day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
tree
not
next to it
secret.
says, only one?
Brandon Firemaster at this point is going to wander after Silas and Klaus, just kind of idly searching around here in the bottom.
You know that thing
Left
about
of
the
the
arrow
map.
of the gods? That was a lie.
Yeah, these trees are full of shit. That's indisputable. So I'm going to roll a perception. It was a really bad perception. I'm just trying to find out what my plus was. Yeah, I rolled an 8. Brandon Firemaster rolls an 8.
You know fuck all about whether or not there's anything hidden here. But the tree behind you whispers, you can become the most muscular in all of the temple.
Brandon just assumes that's a voice in his head. The same voice he's been hearing since he learned how to hear things.
Fair enough.
Oh, God. So, Bjorg is up here.
I think actually Fendingo's next.
No, okay, gotcha. No.
Fendingo's going to go over to this tree
Okay.
and whisper, "Don't tell Silas, but I don't even know a goddamn thing about Torag."
What was that?
The tree will whisper back, "You can find much of what you seek upon this island, but it will try to take your lives in exchange."
Fucking everything tries to take my life, Dick Whistle. I'm a bard. Everything tries to kill me.
The tree adds, "There are also imps whose poison cause permanent impotence."
Yeah. Fendingo will percept right here, being really, really nervous.
The trees know what scare you.
Yeah, I mean, no shit. Fendingo rolls a 19 for perception.
Okay. A 19, you look around and you're like, "Boy, this is sure a lot of grass." "Well, it looks nice. I guess it's probably okay." I don't know.
Not a fucking cave.
No cave. Alright,
No
Bjorg,
cave.
you are up.
in
All right.
the-
Bjorg is among these 4 trees up here, and he's going to roll perception again. This time rolls an 11.
An 11 will get you fuck all.
Ugh. Damn it.
Except a tree that whispers, "There's no real difference between Bud Light and Miller Lite."
I don't know what those things are.
But it sounds true.
That's one of the differences there aren't between them.
Alright, so after Bjork, we wrap back around to Silas and Klaus.
All right, well, Silas will walk over here, and he'll do a perception. 12.
12 does not really get you anything, except a tree that whispers in your ear, "There is a way into Torag's favor."
Of course, I beat myself every night with it.
Klaus.
Yeah.
So just so you know, when you
Should that
when
be
I say you guys
counted?
get nothing, you are neither clearing these areas nor finding anything in these areas. So the entrance could be in them unless you've cleared them.
Right.
All right.
Just saying, when
Klaus's turn?
Silas
Yes.
talking about beating it every night, does that count as telling the tree a secret, or?
That's not a fucking
Not a
secret.
secret at all.
I heard
It's on
that.
his
We hear
business cards.
it's not that big a boat. We hear that shit.
I just wanted to
All right,
paint that
Klaus,
picture. for
Klaus takes a few steps to the left and percepts. Oh, with a natural one.
A natural one. You start thinking maybe the entrance is under one of these trees, and you start just really examining the roots super closely, so you don't actually know or see jack shit because you're staring at the bark of a tree.
I'm on to it.
Of course he
What does the tree have to say about that?
Tree says, "Wow, you guys are fucking idiots."
Not a secret.
Thousands of people every 2 weeks who know that. Okay, dozens, but whatever.
Okay, Brandon Firemaster's going to go to the nearest tree and whisper to it, "Sometimes I worry that trees are cleverer than I am."
The tree whispers, "You're right." Also, so I guess Brandon, was that a true secret?
Yeah, at the moment it is.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, not just for Brandon,
Uh,
for me as a player.
Yeah. The tree says, "What you seek is near Klaus."
Ugh. All right.
Is that a lie? Tell me that's a lie. That's a lie, right?
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it should be true in any kind of just universe. I'm going to shout that out. As much as these trees don't know anything about natural contours and how they don't need cosmetics to enhance them, they seem to think that the entrance is near Klaus.
Really?
You can go make a spot if you want, Brandon. Or a
Could that be a
perception.
lie?
It could
Maybe
be.
the entrance
You don't
is
know what
Klaus.
he. You don't know what he
Klaus's
fed
body
the
is a
tree to get it.
portal.
Can I go search by him? Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll a perception.
Okay. Brandon Firemaster rolls a 17.
All right. You look around and you're just not fucking sure. You've got a good idea of what you're looking for in terms of the dungeoneering, but it's going to be so innocuous it'll be easy to miss. So you're just not sure. It's a DC 20. It's a DC 20 perception check.
Yeah, all right. Now
Also,
we know.
don't forget, Brandon, you were the other one who did a successful dungeoneering, so you get a +2 on yours.
Oh, in that case, that was still a 19.
Yeah, still not good enough.
Yeah, bugger.
All right, Fendingo.
Fendingo's going to move down here and try a perception check.
All right, as you walk by the tree, you hear, "The Lost Songbook could make you the most famous bard in all the kingdoms."
So can my own personal weasel. I don't need Jeremy.
What?
What?
He said the Lost Songbook.
Yeah,
All right then.
rather get famous with my weasel.
Gotcha.
Fandingo rolls an 18.
Fandingo looks. It's not 20, so I'm gonna spare
Yeah.
us all. Bjorg.
Well, yeah, Bjorg is going to heed Brandon's advice since he's not yet known the guy to be wrong, except in certain areas. He's going to mosey on down to the area around Klaus and also begin looking once more among the trees.
All right, roll a perception, and as you walk past, you hear the tree whisper, "Footstool has peed in at least one of your group's ale."
Ugh. Bjorg rolls a 12, and then he goes, I probably don't need to guess whose that was.
I don't know. You might need to narrow the field a little.
He did say at least
It was
one. That implies there could be more.
Yeah.
It was no different from Bud Light or Miller Lite.
Yeah, that's true. Goblin piss.
Dear God.
All right, Silas. We've wrapped back around.
All right, I'll step up here and take a look. 17.
Nope. And you hear, "Sometimes Jeannie dreams of giving up the lawyer life and going out on that stage and singing for an audience."
She should work at a bar where she could dance on the countertops. I hear that's the way.
Klaus, you're up.
All right. Klaus is thinking, since the cave is obviously under the roots of the trees, what he should do is piss on the roots and listen for falling piss.
Okay.
Wow.
You take your penis out and you urinate on a tree. Roll me a perception, I guess, if you're listening for the sound of echoing piss. And as you're peeing, you hear the tree nearest you go, "Yo, Randy just crapped his pants!"
Wait, what? What is that?
Oh my.
That
It's
tree
just-
didn't whisper at all.
No, that tree is very loud.
It's just not an adventure without Klaus's bodily functions.
It's true.
Alright, Klaus rolls a 10.
Klaus cannot trace the sound of his piss.
Alright, I'm
Seems
gonna hold it a little bit so I can piss in another spot.
You
All
are
right.
piss
Only-
blind.
You only do a partial piss. Brandon, I'm assuming you take a 5-foot step once Klaus pulls his dick out.
Yeah, that's a given. Whenever he does that, I take a 5-foot step, regardless of terrain or potential danger. Let's just make that game canon now.
Immediately go into dodge.
Yeah.
Well, you're not directly by a tree right now, so you don't get a weird secret, but roll me a perception.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 7.
Alright.
He's definitely more concerned about just getting away from the dick.
No, that's a fair concern. Fandingo.
Oh, although, did any of us clock that one of the trees shouted?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it happened. It's the one behind Klaus, if you're wondering.
I don't know if there's any significance in that. I think on this
Well-
turn, I'm not equipped to kind of think about it.
Did Klaus piss on the tree to his north or to his south?
I am assuming his north.
Oh, I was actually going for the one in the south.
Pissed on the shouting.
Well, you got rolled a natural 1 on perception last time, so you thought you were pissing on the one to the south.
Alright, so
Fandingo's gonna
That's
move down
fine.
to the shouting tree and try to percept down here.
Okay, roll a perception.
That's not gonna be worth a shit. Fandingo rolls a 14.
Nice. Tina gave a hand job in the movie theaters yesterday.
Where do we... Hey, is Tina around here anywhere? Because
So is this the
Tired of
Mr. T? Is this the Mr. T tree?
It's the tea tree.
I just wanted to make
Can
one of
you-
them loud. I got
can
tired
you
of
milk
it.
it? Get Mr. Tea Tree oil? Brandon, you should rub up on it. Get Mr. Tea Tree oil.
I'll pay the fool that takes my buck. You'd hang things from its branches and have a T-Mobile.
Oh god. Bjorg, you're up.
Alright. Bjorg is kind of in the same area, and he's gonna percept again, see what happens. 17 this time.
Nope. You hear a whisper behind you. This island is actually a graveyard.
Yep.
Well, that's not surprising. All islands are graveyards unless nobody has died on them. And I'm pretty sure that before we're gone, we'll make someone die on this one.
Maybe
Alright.
the whole island.
Silas.
All right. Silas is going to come over here, and he's going to lean in really close to the tree in as low a voice as possible. I am the arrow of the gods.
Ooh,
Do we
that's a
get
good one.
perception?
That's your juiciest secret you have. Everybody roll me perception checks to see if you hear him.
Oh!
Now, I'm gonna be fair. You really whispered that. This is a DC 20. I'm gonna tell you up front.
Oh, I'm
Klaus
worried.
rolls a natural
If Brandon finds this out, it might kill him. 18.
Bjorg rolls an 8.
Fandingo rolls an 11.
I think Brandon should end up thinking that he might have heard it, but knowing that he missed it.
He just
repeat.
faintly hears the arrow of the gods. It's like, oh, is he here? Yeah,
a
the arrow
natural
of the
one.
gods secret lives on, and that was a really juicy one. All right, Silas, you get whispered back to you in exactly the same tone. The entrance is under Brandon's feet.
All right.
Nice.
So you can find
Well-
it with a DC 15, and if you share that information with anybody, a DC 15.
Walk up to Brandon and be like, I know a secret, and it has to do with your feet. And start searching beneath them.
Instinctive
This
5-step
just-
Unfortunately, I only get a 5.
You're pawing through the grass like a madman and coming up empty-handed. Klaus.
Huh.
Alright. Klaus is sure is near one of these trees. Klaus is going to walk down here and piss on the ground in Silas's square.
Ow!
Silas, give me a reflex save to dodge piss. And Klaus, from behind you, you hear, "Yo, we just the remains of a fallen god who died here."
Well, Klaus's perception is a 22.
It's a natural 20.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A 20 to dodge piss.
20 is
Dear
good.
Lord.
I mean, because he's got to pull it out again. He didn't keep peeing. He purposely topped it off last time. So he's got to get running again. And you leap out of the way, clearing Brandon Thighmaster with you. And as you do, his piss hits the bark, rebounds off because it's a goddamn natural 20, and splashes into the grass where Brandon was. And within that grass, like now that you're all staring and it's kind of soaked in piss, you see a slight glimmer. And as close as you want to get, you can, but you can see that he pushed aside a few blades of grass and revealed a small metal ring.
You might want to get checked by a doctor.
Klaus,
Yeah.
you will
Somebody
have
else
to rehydrate
investigate
before
that.
you can piss again. It's weird
So,
that we've
what-
gotten to
one
the
more
point in the
time?
game where I know I have to tell you to recharge
I,
your piss, or you're gonna try
I
again.
If there's a metal ring in the ground, it's
Alright, well-
probably attached to a door. Doors might have traps. Our notorious rogue should check that area for traps.
Also, he's the one who pissed on it, and I'm not touching it.
That too.
All right. What kind of ring is this?
It's a
like,
metal.
How big?
No, it's small. That's why it was so hard to find. It's almost the size of
Ah.
like a ring you would put on your finger, in that like you could just hook your index finger through and pull it up.
You know you
All
want to
right, fuck it. I'll do that.
Okay.
My dick
Klaus
can't fit through that.
Klaus reaches down and tries to pull the ring up, but as he does, it's like he's pulling a seam in the ground that none of you could spot, and the ground just sort of splits away and opens as he's yanking this whole section up, and as the ring comes, it actually is attached to a metal lever that he pulls fully upright, and as it does, the ground has shifted away, revealing a staircase leading downward. And behind you, you hear a tree say, "Yo, y'all probably gonna die down there!" And that,
Still not a secret.
and that is where we're going to end this session, to be resumed next game, live at Con Carolinas. But we'll still record it and post it. Don't worry, folks. You will get
Can
it.
Can I, before we end, can I do a diplomacy check to see if anyone will high five me?
Go for it.
You're gonna have to nat 20 that motherfucker with a handful of piss.
Ah, shit. All right. I will Klaus roll a 4.
Yeah, everybody leaves Klaus hanging. As God.
Oh,
All right, and since that wraps up the role-playing portion of the game, it's time for the Q&A, where we answer the cues that you A us. God damn it, no. We A the cues that you... Oh, this whole thing is falling apart. Fuck it. Facebook.com/AuthorsAndDragons. We live blog. We'll take your fucking cues. Joe, just go.
All right, so our friend Jeremy asks, "What is best in life?" Have fun, guys.
my A, which I will give you.
That's a
I'm not going
It's a hell of
with
an advertisement.
with the easy. I'm not going with the easy one. So fuck the lamentations of your women. I'm going for hookers and blow, yo.
I'm gonna go with right now, like in this precise moment, a tall glass of like a nice wine glass of port. That's what is fucking best in life right now.
You know, I almost heard that wrong. It almost came a nice wine glass of pork. It's like, well, hey, whatever works, man.
Do not mock my meat cup. Do not
Do
mock
not
my
mock
meat
my
cup.
meat
Is
cup.
that like a smoothie? Cause ew.
That's going on
Yes.
a shirt.
Should.
I will say that, all right, I was at a corporate dinner once, and I actually got to have real Japanese Wagyu steak. Like, I mean, I got to have like less than an ounce. They just like did like a slice for the table, because it was so expensive. But like, not what restaurants call Wagyu, which is almost all bullshit. But legitimately the real thing. And yeah, that's best in life. Fuck every other meat you've had. That is.
I'm going to top that. You know when you wake up and you look at your alarm and you realize you've still got a couple of hours before you need to get out of bed? That's what's best in life.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's so much better than any place I thought you were going when you said when you wake up. It's like, oh.
You thought it was going to be meat orientated, didn't you?
I thought it was going to be dick oriented, but yeah.
Back when I was in college, I got pissed drunk at a cast party and had a slice of this awesome blueberry swirl cheesecake. And I searched for this cheesecake for years, for at least 3 years, only to discover that the bakery across from where I lived was the place where that had it.
Oh,
But you know something? At the time, drunk on Yukon Jack, that pie was the best thing in life.
Oh, it happens. Like, have you ever had a Firehouse sub when you're drunk off your ass? Oh, you'll swear Jesus just came down and hand delivered it to you.
That's just because the guy who delivers for a Firehouse needs a fucking haircut.
Hey, Firehouse doesn't deliver. You gotta Uber that shit.
That's Jimmy John's, huh?
Yeah.
I think Ubering your sandwich might be one of the most fucking 21st century phrases I've ever heard.
Uber Eats
Ubering
is a thing.
your
It's like
avocado
Postmates,
sandwich.
but it's less of a pain in the ass.
All right, so let's see here. We got another one. Should have just had it. Okay, our friend Juan says, I've introduced a carouse chart to my 4th edition campaign. Have you ever dealt out a consequence to excessive seductions of NPCs and rowdy drinking?
I
You
mean, if I
people need
did,
to
I don't
stop
think we'd
asking
have
us.
much of a game. Do you?
Yeah, we don't.
It seems that everybody who listens to this podcast knows more about D&D than we do.
Yeah.
In
No,
their
no.
defense, Steve, you and I set the bar pretty fucking low.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Oh, no,
Here's an idea, Juan. Don't use fancy fucking words with us.
I read that and I was like, wait, what does carouse mean? I'm an author.
I also don't understand the concept of excessive seduction.
What is
Those two words don't go together.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing this group doesn't understand the concept of, it's consequences. You guys have like let out a couple of potentially apocalyptic threats.
Are we at 3 or 4 civilizations destroyed?
Not civilizations, but you've definitely fucked up a few islands.
Well, those islands are what I'm counting, like, because they were like self-contained civilizations.
They weren't that civilized.
They were more than us.
All right.
That's the Imperial spirit.
Yeah.
Friend, the British Empire is smiling on us. See, okay, so our friend Richard said, "What is your single favorite NPC you have ever either created for a campaign or encountered in a campaign as a player?" Oh boy. All right, I got one for this. I was involved in a Changeling the Dreaming campaign some years ago. And my buddy and I would basically toss GMing duties back and forth, every time we played. And so there was an NPC that he created that was the most stupid. It was one of those characters like insanely stupid, but ended up being rather entertaining. He was a fox-formed puka, and his name was Eduardo Jesus Pantalones. He was about as dumb as you would expect someone with that kind of name to be.
Puta.
That's
Edward Jesus Pants.
I love that.
The NPC part makes it hard, because I can think of a few characters, but I'm really having to reach for NPCs.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking that bandit that approached us in the woods, and he came out like this big badass, and we filled him full of arrows.
Yeah, he really punked him right off
And
the
he
bat.
died.
For me, it's Judge Hungry. Judge Hungry is the fucking best, dude.
Judge Hungry is
Judge-
pretty great.
He is an all-star.
I kind of wish we had more chances to fuck with Raven Darkstabber.
Who was Raven Darkstabber?
He was that, like, Ponzi-ass paladin that we met right after we wrecked the altar and left the horse loose.
I was get the impression that we're going to run into them again.
Oh,
I don't
good,
know.
because that was when I was out.
I thought Cloak Boy was pretty epic.
Cloak Boy was good.
I really liked. I don't know if it was entertaining for the listeners or for you guys, but I really liked playing the golem who hates his creator.
He was good.
That guy was good.
Oh yeah,
That
that
is
was
just
fun.
stuck.
Yeah.
That guy was really fun
He
to
had-
play.
He had a lot of Marvin the Martian going on with Marvin the sad robot going on with him.
Yeah, but he was more angry than resigned.
That's why I lent to Marvin the Martian.
He was chilling.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. yeah. He.
It was
had some
Freudian.
stuff- He's got some shit to work through. All right, Joe. I think we got time. Let's do one more.
All right. All right. So we're gonna. I guess a writing question is inevitable. Our friend Rick asks. I'm not sure how to coherently ask this, but I'll give it a go. When you guys are planning a book or series of books, how micro do you get with said planning before you just let the imagination take over and wing it? How much do you map out in advance before you actually just dig in and start hammering it out? Then he has a sneaky second question for Steve. I'll be in London next year. Have any pub or restaurant recommendations?
You guys know Steve doesn't live in London, right? Like, it's not.
Damn it! No, you shouldn't have told him that, Steve. We totally
London
mixed
is
it up.
England.
Yeah, it's not just one.
Steve could just
I
make
know
something
the
up.
Wait,
Queen.
what? It's not like Luxembourg?
All right, I'll come back to the London question. We'll do the other question first, I suppose.
Also, the word you're looking for, I don't remember the name of the guy who asked the question, but outlining. Outlining is the word you're looking for. You want to know how
Yeah.
hard we outline.
Or world building or any of that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say for story
Yeah.
planning, generally outlining covers
Yeah.
the process.
Mhm.
I'll knock out since I'm already talking. My process is pretty straightforward for the most part. I've kind of figured it out through trial and error. I like to do what I call checkpoint writing, which is where I figure out all the main events that have to happen in a plot, like the tent poles that are propping up the story, as it were. And so once I've got those figured out, then I can kind of figure out, well, okay, so a few things have to line up here and there, but for the most part, I like to just write between checkpoints. So, like, okay, I know this has to happen. All right, that happened. Now I know this next thing has to happen, but how I get to that, I sort of let myself just go, okay, this feels natural for the characters, and I write that. So, it's a process that often requires a lot more editing in the back end to make it work right, but I like it because I feel it adds a sort of organic feel in that I can be surprised by what's happening, so hopefully the reader can be surprised too.
I'm a lot more mechanical. I figure out how long I need the book to be, and I know my chapters are usually about 2,000 words long. So I type out a list of chapters and I write a 1 or 2 sentence description of what's going to happen in that chapter, and then I go back through and fill it in. So I don't get too micro, but I've pretty much laid out all the major action that's going to happen in each chapter before I start.
I would say, I mean, a lot depends on what I'm writing. Like, if I'm writing comedy, I'm usually like pantsing that all the way because it's like, usually the funniest stuff that I'm going to write is like, just spontaneous pops in my head at the moment. If I'm writing non-comedy, I'm not one of those people who writes like a 20-page outline, but usually like, maybe a 4 or 5 page outline just to like, hitting the major plot points.
I wing it all the way, pretty much. I'll wing it until I get an idea of what the end of the story is going to be, and then I'll kind of steer it that way. And then even then, the end of the story might change. But I got a pretty solid idea what the end of book 6 is going to be, though. So you can call that an outline if you want.
Yeah, I'm solidly on Bevan's train there. Drew mentioned having a couple of like plot tent poles. I think the last couple of books I've started have been maybe a scene or a couple of characters in mind, and then just thinking, well, how can I sort of expand from there? So yeah, I think Bevan and I are on the same page there. But to get onto the London question, I've been to London a few times, but I'm usually drunk. So it's kind of like the film Labyrinth, where everything seems to have changed around. And David Bowie might sort of like jump out at you and threaten him with your crotch bulge. But there was a pub called the Crowbar. It's this back alley heavy metal bar. I'm not sure if it's still there. This is years ago. With like a heavy metal jukebox and like 20 different types of whiskeys and some weird old goth women who look at you like you're a piece of steak. So look for that one.
That's a great description. Let's see. For my method, basically it depends on what I start with, because sometimes I start with a character, sometimes I start with a scene in mind that I'm trying to get to, and sometimes I start with a dynamic, and it's never like the method is never exactly the same. But one of the things I tend to do just to like force myself to have it really helps me to have a point to shoot for. So what I will often do is I'll create my Scrivener document. I'll do up 25 or 30 chapter folders, and then I'll put like an item in each folder, and then eventually as I write, those sort of expand into single paragraph summaries, and then half the time I get there, I end up throwing it out and doing something different. So like,
hey Joe,
yeah.
What how was the experience with your work on the Mongoliad? Were you just assigned a piece or what?
So that Mongoliad was we actually had like I've told a couple people that like Mongoliad was actually in a weird ways it was like writing a novel like a TV show, because we basically had a writer's room and we would meet every week and we would talk about what chapters were being done next and who was doing them, and eventually it sort of coalesced into specific people who were working on specific branches of the story. And so it really became a matter of keeping everything coherent between branches, I think. Cool. That was about how it worked.
I will add one caveat to this. If you're asking, or if the question came out of just general curiosity, that's cool. Oftentimes, I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess if this is true for you guys too. I get this question from writers who are trying to figure out their own method. And it really does bear saying that if you couldn't tell from all the variety of answers we gave, our methods are irrelevant to you. Because you have to find the one that works for you, and you do that through trial and error. So, I mean, start with a heavy outline if that sounds good. Start writing by the seat of your pants if that sounds good. But ultimately, the only way you're going to find your outlining method is by doing it and just seeing what natural habits you pick up as you go.
Yeah.
100%.
Wise words.
I mean, Joe and I use the same piece of software, and we use it completely differently. Because I write in Scrivener too, but I don't do any folders in anything. So even with people who are using the same software, you can go completely differently.
Okay, that was the last question we have time for tonight. I know there's a few more on the blog. We will try and get to those on a future episode, maybe even next week. Or not, I don't know. We don't know what to predict for next time, because we will be live at Con Carolinas. I know we've plugged this a lot. We're going to keep doing it this episode, by God. So if you're listening to this the day it comes out, Wednesday the 24th, you still have a week and a half to get tickets to get to Charlotte. If you're listening to this after that, I have no idea what your time frame is. I'm not a goddamn soothsayer.
Say that 5 times fast.
Or a linguist.
We'll be seeing some of you at Con Carolinas. For the rest of you, we will talk to you next time. In 2 weeks when we have an episode out. All right, bye.
Later.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to the original creators, which is us, the people who are playing it. The opening music, Take a Chance, and closing theme, Master of the Feast, are both credited to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and also used under a Creative Commons license.